How are we, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. This one's probably not going to be a long one. This is just going to be an introduction to the one of the new projects that we've just had roll on in. Let's give you a look at it all. Introducing the EH Ute. So we currently got her on the rotisserie. Flipped her over, just checking her over and starting to do our markup and plotting of what we're dealing with here. So this one we're not doing a lot of metal finish. We're more doing panel repairs. So she's not too bad in the top end, and I don't know how, but the rockers have survived, but everything else is gone. So our repairs consist of the obvious in front of you. So, as you can see, the sheet metal is pretty much gone underneath this car. Shouldn't say pretty much, it's 100% it's gone. So what we're going to do is make new panels for this in some sections. This is how it was delivered to us. So nothing you see in here is anything that we've touched yet. So we're just going through, plotting out what we're going to be doing with this thing. So a couple of videos that we'll end up doing on this is going to be just putting in panels and stuff. May not actually show this car, but it will be around this car. We've had a lot of stuff brought into us lately for sheet metal work, panel repairs and replacements and stuff like that. So the next video, actual episode we put out, is probably going to include hints and tips on welding sheet metal. So we need to take this one out. It's not a very good fit. As you can see, it is a miracle they got that weld. I don't know how. That gap is massive. So we'll be building a couple of panels. As I say, we've only got floor pans and just the quick off-the-shelf stuff that you can get, which we're going to have to manipulate to fit in with these old cars anyway. None of them are ever just a dead fit. And then before we start doing anything on this thing, what we're going to have to do is put this metal back to where it's supposed to be. So you got stuff like this here. That's a little bit out of whack there, supposed to be folded over. So before we can start using it as a datum and taking measurements and plotting out where we need to put things, we need to get it back to where it was. So we're, annoyingly, you got to pull the damage out of what little metal is left, or else if you try and build that back in, your panels, you're building the wrong panel. So we'll straighten this back up to a degree, and we can use it as proper referencing then when we do it. So swing around to the other side here. Firewall's not too bad, and as I said before, the rockers are clean. Very lucky, but we're going to be getting in behind it and just cleaning out and making sure that they are definitely good in the back sides there. One of our donor panels that was dropped off to us. So it should be a fun project. It's good to save some of these old things because you just don't see many of them anymore. So yeah, this is another one on the lineup. So we'll do a couple of videos. I reckon this thing will make an appearance in them. But our next full episode will be around hints and tips on MIG welding sheet metal. and trying to keep it from distorting, especially when you're doing straight panels and stuff like that. You want a nice straight edge, you want to keep that straight edge. We'll show you a couple of things that we do to maintain those nice flat edges and prevent metal distortion, so you're not doing a lot of body work. Stay tuned, we'll see you on the next episode.